What cycle is Blake Lively avoiding or resisting wrapping up and learning from in this lifetime with this scandal? Hello all, I'm Stacey the Black Feather Intuitive, and excited to be pulling a card for you today on a little pop culture reading. And we're just kind of tapping into Blake Lively's energy. And I decided for this one, because we're talking about patterns and cycles, to pull from the Spiritual Awakening. Because I feel like she's not paying attention to some universal laws. So let's see which one she's resisting the most through this particular scandal. The law of time. Ooh, you have the ability to bend time with the power of perception. So hearing this, I feel like she really believed that she had all the time in the world, that she would be able to fix the fires or put out the fires that she was creating. You know, when someone is this drama, like a drama magnet in the way that she is, and someone who is this controlling in her approach to life, she's the type of personality that creates the fire, not having the extinguisher next to her. So she doesn't know how she's going to put out that fire. She just figures that fire is going to lead her to the next thing. And she'll figure out as she goes how to put that fire out in order to be able to move into this fire. And then when she goes to this fire, she'll be able to figure out how she's putting out the next fire. So I feel like for her, it was like timing is endless. I'm going to be in this, you know, fantasy land that I am creating for myself forever. This will never come to an end. She also ignored, I want to say, the cycle of the law of give and take, right? The law of reciprocity, or we could say the law of karma. What you put out, you get back. But here we've got the law of time. Time is not always on our side, and she can't control timing. And I feel like that's kind of what has come up. So she's running from herself right now. She is running from the fact that her time has run out. And she's panicked. She's trying to figure out what all this means for her. She's trying desperately to backpedal and to continue to fabricate and create the story. I mean, we all have our own perception of things. And it talks about that in here as well, the perception, the power of perception. You know, yeah, she's been bending the story. She's been bending time to create the perception. But I want to say she's also kind of fallen into the trap of believing her own lies, believing her own press, believing the story that you know, the tale that she has woven, the story that she has been narrating to everyone else. Time catches up to you, you know, and what goes up must come down. I mean, that's just the way that it is. So she is avoiding having to face the music, having to have things come full circle, and that there's a timing to everything. There's an expiration date to everything, including a particular approach to your happiness. It doesn't mean that happiness comes to an end, but it could be the way that you've chosen to experience happiness in that way is coming to an end. And for her, she just didn't think it was ever going to end. She wasn't prepared for the truth to kind of come up and bite her in the butt, right? Hit her in the face. So yeah, that's what she is running from. And whew, we can't run from time, folks. We can try our best. We can Botox our way out of it as much as possible. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You've been on the planet as long as you've been on it. You've been weaving your magic, or you've been weaving your nonsense for a particular period of time. And that is always, always going to come back on you. And not just in a karmic way, from a timing perspective. So that's what we got today with Blake Lively. All right, guys, that is our pop culture reading for today. Tune in for tomorrow for another reading. And as always, have the most amazing day and transform well.